Hey you guys, so for this video it's going to be a story time video. I know I'm like still doing the vlogmas thing, and I'm not sure if I'm going to include this in my vlogmas or just just label this as story time video. But this story time is about I didn't know I was pregnant. As you guys may know, I have two children. I have a 5-year-old who just turned 5 like 2 months ago, not even 2 months ago, maybe a month ago, and I also have a 7-month-old, and she will be 8 months this month. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys a story about I didn't know I was pregnant. So I'm guessing this was 5 years ago, of course, and me and the person I was like talking to, we called ourselves, in a relationship. But you guys know how things are with certain people. You may say you're in a relationship, but at the end of the day it's like that's really not a relationship, because when it comes to a point of people stepping out of a relationship and one person is doing it, and then the other person gets fed up with the other person doing it, so they do the same thing. That was my type of relationship thing that I was in. So yeah, it's just your basic situation. I was with someone, and I mean, it's really not too much to explain. I was with someone and we were claiming each other, but of course both of us did have other people that we talked to. So yeah, it just came to a point of I think it was around, I would say around January 2009. Everything was fine. At that time I was on birth control, and I was on the depot shot. I'm not sure what you call it, I forgot what's the real name of it, but the depot shot, I was on that. Then I know February came around and me and my boyfriend broke up, or whatever type of situation we had. We broke up, and the thing with that was the other person on the side that I was talking to, I had known him for years, and it was kind of that situation of me and him were, I don't know, we were friends, we got together and everything, messed around and everything, but we never were in a relationship. So when each one of us went in a relationship, we didn't like mess around or anything, but we were still like cordial. We still would talk, we still would, it wasn't nothing like that, but we would still, say hey and everything to each other and all that. But once me and my boyfriend broke up, it was like, I don't know, I ended up going back to him. Like he's that type of person. It's like, whether you're with somebody or not, at the end of the day you kind of still think about that person, and that was how it was for me and him. And the thing was, when me and the person I was talking to had broke up, it was like I went straight for him. It was like I didn't have anyone else, and so I ran straight to him to tell him my problems and all of that. And that was not a good thing. That led me to the situation that I had gotten to. So yeah, I ended up pregnant. But the thing was, you guys, I didn't know I was pregnant. I did not find out I was pregnant until I was 5 months. This is the thing. In February of that year, I went on a cruise, and during that cruise I did drink, but the only thing that I drank, I had like Bahama Mamas, and for what I can think, I probably had no more than 2 Bahama Mamas. But the thing was, once I was on the boat, you know how some people may be sick, and all of that, and it got to a point to where they were like doing activities and everything, and I was the one stuck in the room. It was like one of the nights I ended up being stuck inside of the room. So yeah, I ended up being stuck inside of the room. But to me, I'm guessing it's like, I thought that it was just because of the water, and also I believe I was like bloated and all that as well. But came to find out, even after that April, I still did not know I was pregnant, you guys. And then since I was on depot, my period wasn't on, so it was like I had no way of finding out really if my period was to not come on, because it wasn't on. So yeah, that kind of messed me up, and so I didn't find out I was pregnant, you guys, until the end of May, the 1st of June, and I was 5 months pregnant. So when the thing was, I knew someone in the family said that they had dreamed about fish, and I just really don't still believe that anyways, but it may be true. And then I remember even my boyfriend's mom was like, his stepmom was like, she dreamed about fishes as well. And she asked me straight up, she was like, Jessica, are you pregnant? And I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. And I mean, I really didn't know. And then after a couple of weeks or so after me and my boyfriend actually talking about it and sitting down thinking about it, I was like, let me just go ahead and take a test. So we went to like CVS or somewhere and got a birth control test, and I believe I got like 2 of them, maybe 2 of them, just to be sure. And we were at his mom's house, and I went in the bathroom, of course, and I did the pregnancy test. You guys, when I say it came back and I was like, I was scared, I was scared. It wasn't like I wasn't old enough or anything like that. It was just a simple fact that, of course, you know how your parents want you to get married first and such and all that, you know, having children. But for me, it was like that was already kind of messed up because I had already had sex before marriage, and so I knew that that order was already out the door already. It wasn't right. So, but of course I would have, you know, wanted to be married first before having a child. But it didn't happen that way, and that's how life is. Things don't always happen that way. So yeah, I found out I was pregnant, and I think I cried. Like, it wasn't like sad tears, like, oh my gosh, my life is ruined, nothing. It was like, I don't know, I was just shocked and happy at the same time, because I'm like a family person. I love children, so I knew that I wanted kids. But it was a situation of me not wanting kids with that person, but me not wanting kids right now, that at that time. But of course I knew what I was doing, having sex, you know, to get to that point of getting pregnant, and I wasn't using protection. So that's what that was. So yeah, I ended up finding that I was 5 months pregnant when I went to the doctor. I'm thinking the whole entire time before I went to the doctor, I'm thinking, okay, y'all, I'm like, I may be 13 weeks or something like that. Y'all, when she told me, she was like, you're 20 weeks. I was like, what? I was like, are you serious? Like, this whole entire time I've been pregnant and I have not known anything about it. I told her how I went drinking a couple of months ago, like 2 months ago, and she was like, that's fine, as long as you're not consistently drinking now, and if you are, you need to stop. And I was like, oh, thank you, gosh, because I did not know. But yeah, she told me I was 20 weeks pregnant, and I was like, y'all, I have 4 months, like less than 4 months, to get ready, prepared to be a mom. So that's what really shocked me. But yeah, I know, sorry if y'all see like people walking behind me. I'm at my job and this camera is like everywhere. But yeah, I had like literally 4 months to go ahead and get prepared, and that really, like, I don't know, it kind of scared me, and it just, I don't know, just opened up a lot in my mind to think about that I was going to be a mom and the situation, and I don't know how everything was going to play out. So yeah, within those 4 months, I had so many people like disappear out of my life, and just all of that. And it got to a point to where instead of me enjoying like I don't want to cry or anything, but I'm not gonna do it. It got to a point of me, y'all, I can't do it, y'all. It got to a point of me, like a point like in my life where, like, you know, certain people were not really in my life, and me having to deal with this all on my own, me thinking that there were certain people that were going to be there and then they vanish, and that's just how things are. But yeah, that's when I totally changed for the better. I became a totally different person. I put my big girl pants on and did what I had to do in order to raise my daughter. It got to the point where I cut all relationships out. I had a friend, but after, you know, after the situation of me having my daughter, but it wasn't nothing like that. I had to cut everything out relationship wise, because for me, I can really say that it took me a while to realize my worth. It took me a while to realize I need more in life from someone, a partner. It took me a while to realize that I need to get myself together. I need to finish school, and having a child wasn't going to like ruin that. So yeah, I did what I had to do. I graduated from school after having my daughter. What else happened? Yeah, I graduated from school after having my daughter. It took me a while, but I finished, and I'm so thankful for and grateful for that. I stuck with it and I didn't stop. My daughter, she's raised very great. She's raised very well. And I couldn't ask for anything more. I know how some people may ask, how did your parents react to it? I would think I was like 20, 21. So my mom, she was like, oh, she already knew. How moms say they have that intuition, like they know already. She said she already knew. So I'm saying to myself, if you knew, why didn't you tell me? But I think the first person I told was my sister, and then of course we told my mom. But she was like, oh, she already knew. But my stepdad, my dad, when I say he's my dad, because he's been there ever since. But yeah, my stepdad, he was pissed. He was really mad, of course, for the point of me, the person I was with, he wasn't stable. He was still living with his mom. He wasn't, you know, the man that he wanted for me, the man that he wanted to see his daughter with. So that's what really got to him. It took him a long time, y'all. It took him until probably about the time of my daughter getting here for him to, you know, accept the fact and be happy and just there for me to help me. So yeah, I'm not gonna cry again. I'm so done with the crying. I need to stop. I'm just such a crybaby. But yeah, that's the situation that I was in. Yeah, and then to this day now, like my parents are so like happy that they have grandkids. They're so happy that when they spend their time with them, and I can't thank, you know, I can't thank them anymore for that. But yeah, it was just kind of weird that I didn't find out until I was 5 months pregnant, and I had at least like less than 4 months to get myself prepared to become a mother. But once it happened, I mean, it was like my mother it's like everything, like it just came. And I'm guessing because of, I don't know if just women in general just have that when they have a child, but for of course the ones that really love kids and understand what it is of being a parent, they will see that. So yeah, everything worked out in my favor. Once I got myself together and everything, God blessed me with my husband, and you know, we had another daughter and just all of that, and I'm just so happy and so thankful. And I know I say that a lot, but I really am. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my little quick story time. Sorry if it was like, you know, kind of all around the place and everything. I tried to be as quick as possible about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to refilm this over. I just may, because I don't know, I may record it over. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I should or not. But if you're watching this, of course you see I posted it. But yeah, that's my little quick story time about how I didn't know I was pregnant. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you in another one. Bye guys.
Yeah, don't play with him, don't be the son. She not understanding this logic. I'm back and I'm better. I want you back to set